doors, and we measured them the good old-fashioned way, which is I put the board up there, and then I put other boards where I wanted and marked it. Yes, it would have been very good for you to see all that. It would have taught you all kinds of shit. But it didn't happen, so there you go. At any rate, so I put a piece of 4x4 in here and connected this, so it's the same distance there, and it just gives a little bit more strength into that corner. And then that's the top of the ramp, and then we're getting ready to put the other one on, and I'll go get it and put it in place, and then Zeb will put the camera down so you can hold it while I freaking put it in. Right?
All right.
Right?
Closing out.
Okay, so now I'm going to cut this board. You can see we started the ramp already. I'm going to cut this board to go on top of that landscape. That's not a landscape timber, that's a railroad tie. And you're going, oh God, it's got grass growing in it. Why would you build on that? Because it's still strong enough. I had to take a notch out of it. And it's very strong.
Yeah.
So, and it's not going to be setting on that anyway. It's actually the end of it setting on the gravel driveway. But this, I'm going to put this in, and I'll show you. I'll cut it first, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Knot. Okay.
Big old knot.
So here's what I'm doing. Well, first off, this plastic thing, I'm just going to be behind everything. Okay, so I'm going to stick this down in here, attach it to the landscape timber, and then attach this to the railing system so that even though the end wouldn't wobble anyway because it's connected into the 4x4s, I don't want it to. So, see, that's how hard it is. Did you hear how hard it, how hard it had to work when it got to the railroad top? Okay, now I'm going to stick a couple through the sides. And that way, we should have no side-by-side movement, see? None. There you go, that's what we're doing there. Okay, bye.
Wow.
You could even explain, I could even explain what he's having to do.
Go ahead.
Those fucking screws there that we bought a bazillion years ago when I did your mother's deck.
Yes.
The sons of bitches, and I might have said this when I was doing your mother's deck. They don't screw in.
Yeah, you had to hammer them first.
So you have to pilot them with the hammer and then screw them in.
So that's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
That's why there's a whole bunch of nails, screws sticking up that he's driving down. My goodness, this is looking amazing.
What I'm doing is I'm throwing 3 nails in them, and then he's coming behind me and screwing them in.
Oh, okay, you're doing nails in the middle?
Yeah, I like to do both.
Yeah, I know, because nails do it one way and...
Nails are more rigid, and they don't give if the wind twists this way, and screws keep it from pulling off this way, although these are styled nails.
Twisty nails.
That I got at A to Z for 80 cents a pack.
There you go. Which will actually help also with not twisting.
It has to be galvanized because this is pressure treated wood.
Yeah.
And see, I bought 10 of these deck boards, 10 8-foot deck boards.
Hot.
And that's it. I didn't even finish the freaking ramp. But it's getting hot and we're getting ready to quit. Did you hit your hand?
No, they're hot. The nails are hot. The screws are hot.
You're dropping them everywhere, Bope.
Yeah.
I dropped one. I'm going to put those in the shading.
That's not a bad idea.
Ow, something blew my eye.
That is really hot. This is amazing. And hell for stout. Look at this. Hell for stout. Wow.
What do you think?
I love it. And it's going to come right off the parking lot. That is so cool. So cool. Okay, I'm going away right now. Realized you must be over here.
Huh?
So you're on So she came over here at the crack of dawn this morning, used up all the wood she had at that time, finishing building out the joists to the best of her ability. And now you're putting on braces.
Yeah, I'm putting in the braces. I got, I finished those 3 there that were shorter. I got those in. I got the rest of the long ones in. I've got the
Box framed.
the box thing.
Yeah, where
the
the
hose thing boxed. So that's good. And I'm putting in these cross pieces. I put a corner piece in.
right.
That's just going to strengthen my corners. Although when you get the deck boards on, it's really overkill. It's the same with these little blocks. In fact, I'm getting ready to put another one in right now. Okay, so I'll show you what these are. Okay, so the metal bracket things are an extra expense.
Right.
I have some, I'm kind of saving them for my roof joists.
Right.
My floor joists, my rafters, more important to be tied down than the floor joists. But what I'm doing is an old-fashioned way. If you've ever torn an old house apart and you go, why are they doing this? It's because they didn't have brackets. So what I'm going to do is, every few feet, I'm putting in a board that allows me to attach it to this board and then attach this board to this one
Right.
that locks it together.
Oh, I see. You did it down here too.
Yeah. And I'm doing it in the corners, so there's that.
Right there.
So it's just a way of keeping the system, I guess.
Well, you don't have to buy more stuff.
Well,
Oh, and there's one right
as
here
it is,
under the door.
most of the materials on this are going to be new.
Right.
I can't scavenge them. I don't want to build it again in 10 minutes.
Right.
I don't have the energy to hardly do it this time. I'm sure not going to have when it starts to go down if I build it with crap, so I'm building it with regular materials. I'm getting the cheapest I can, but
Right now, the pressure
way
treated's
cheap.
more expensive.
I've probably already spent.
I mean, less expensive, right?
But here's the thing, except for what I'm paying Zeb, and the boys, I'm not paying a contractor.
Right.
When I get done, I'm trying to bring this deck in at $2,000.
Right.
That may be way under figuring it. But even if it goes over, check out what a deck costs.
Right. Right.
So you can do the work yourself. You can do the work yourself and save yourself a fortune
Right.
without cutting corners and using absolute crap.
Right. Right.
So, but I gotta tell you, I get a little annoyed because you are paying a good price for boards and they're still handing you crap.
I know.
And if you don't watch them, they'll put even more crap in your
Yeah,
truck.
because they're warped and
You
everything
have to
else.
watch
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Yeah, and they won't, you can't take the boards back
No.
and say, look, this is warped. It's like, well,
We don't
how
know
do
that
we
it
know
was.
that's our board?
Yeah, or that it was warped when it went in your truck, or
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
It wasn't warped when you took it, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, this is just another way to try to shave a buck off the cost and yet still have it be built right. And like I said, if you've ever worked on an old house, you find these
Right.
under the floor, up in the rafters and everything else. It's just another way of tying it in so it's not as likely to be torn up in storms, which is constant now.
Yeah. Yeah, we are definitely in an area that gets lots of storms, and it's
Yeah.
even worse than it used to be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know why that's not going in.
Is it difficult?
Yeah, right.
Is it
No,
irritating?
there's something weird going on, like it's catching on something weird. Okay, I need to put that screw in more.
Ouch.
I didn't hit myself, but I tried to. It is, by the way, hotter than the hubs of hell here.
Yeah. Yeah. The sun has gone behind a cloud right now because it's getting ready to
makes it
rain.
bearable.
It's going to rain, so yay.
It makes it bearable. But it's still hot. Okay, so I just knocked that in there after doing all that other shit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw it and nail it.
Okay, for the same reasons you've given before.
Yes. Because screws protect it from pulling out, and nails protect it from twisting. If you ever build a frame for a wall on the ground, completely out of screws, and then go to stand it up, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because it'll twist. You can do it, but you better have a big crew.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm screwing the hell out of it. All into there. And now I'm going to take some mint-coated nails and toenail it in the sides.
There you go.
You have to use cement-coated or galvanized nails.
When you're doing pressure-treated wood.
And this is probably the only thing right now that I'm using that I'm not paying full dollar price for. Because I got these years ago.
These cement-coated nails?
Yes, they were on sale at a railroad damage place. And every time I went in, I bought another box of them. So I have quite a few of them, so that's good. I lost my good help. He decided he needed to go home. What's up with that?
I know, right? He actually wanted to see his daddy. I'm glad of that.
To see his mom and dad.
Yeah, yeah, what a concept.
What the hell? All right, so these things. I cut them all the same.
Which things is that?
These things.
Oh, okay, yes, these braces.
Okay. And now I'm putting them in. I wanted to get that one in because that's the last one of those I'll put again. Because it's also setting on these piers.
Right, I know, you built all those piers to help
I
support
built all
it.
those piers to hold it. So,
Yeah.
there we go. Okay, so this is fairly straightforward. Did I get my angles completely right? Probably not, but I don't care.
Are they close enough?
It'll be close enough. See, they should be perfect, but they're not going to match up perfect. See, they're going to make a little mark in the middle. So, okay, so the first thing to do is put a bunch of screws in first. So I'm not trying to hold that.
Right.
Because I don't have my good help. So I don't have anybody to hold this shit. Which means it's an extra step. It's not a whole lot of step, but it's an extra step.
So you just start them part of the way through.
I just start them. So that I just got to get under there and put them in.
Oh, okay.
Do I wish that they came out perfectly? Yes. Do I wish now that I hadn't cut them all because I thought I had them right? Yes. Do I have any more boards that I can cut up?
No. Are you going to spend any more on boards? No.
We're going to pretend like we wanted it that way.
Of course.
We're going to tell people, well, that's to keep the water from catching between
Yes,
the boards.
so it doesn't rot.
If it gets in on the top, it goes underneath and doesn't make a mess.
Yeah, there you go. Makes perfect sense to
In
me.
other words, I've already made up a bullshit story.
No. You know what? You should maybe write something.
I know, right? Well, that's what everybody says. It's like I love being a writer and having people say, you should build decks.
Yeah.
You should build furniture. Thanks for that, motherfuckers. Thanks a lot. You shouldn't do the thing that you do. You should do this thing that you're good at. It's like, thanks. Thanks for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now crawl under the deck and toenail it on the back side.
With a nail.
with screws.
With the screws?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to toenail it on the back side. That way you don't have a bunch of ugly screw heads sticking out.
Oh, okay.
And it's still connected.
Okay. This makes sense.
Jam me another screw, because of course I crawled under here.
Of course. I'm going to turn off.
I'm out of screws.
I'm turning off.
Okay, I just want something to kind of tie the corners together. The boards on the top are going to do it anyway. This is just overkill. But these are the pieces I just cut off of that. What I can do is stick them right into the corner like so. Yeah. And make a corner brace.
Right.
Without having to use any more wood.
Talk about maximum efficient use of
materials.
the wood you have, yeah.
And that's one of the things, if you've got to build something, you've got to use the new stuff. When you're paying out the ass for it, you don't want to buy too much.
No.
And you want to make sure you use everything you buy, or that you will use it.
It may not be on this project, but you've got another
maybe
project.
not on that.
Yes, right, right.
So that did that. I already did one in that corner. That corner doesn't need it, because it's got extra 4x4. In fact, I put an extra pier under the
ramp.
Just for shits and giggles.
See if I can get a picture of that. I don't know if you can see that under the ramp, she actually put an extra pier.
Nope, that's not long enough.
That's not long enough to do what you want.
Mm-mm. No, and that piece of 4x4, which I'm getting ready to use,
Right.
and this stuff is all that's left of all the 2x6s and deck boards that I have put on there so far.
And you picked this stuff up today.
I picked that up today. Okay, so this is going to go on here, because why not? And when there'll be a deck board that goes on top of this that caps this off. But you can see I can't use a 4x4 across the whole thing, which is just as well because I don't have any more 4x4. But what I can do is put a piece of 2x4 in there just to kind of cap it off.
Okay, okay, I get it.
I have it. I might as well use it.
Okay, I will help you hold that up. Give me a second.
I got it.
She got 2 screws in it, and then I backed off so I could film that. So you can see the 4x4 that goes across that'll hold that deck board. That way you'll be able to get a good solid railing across there.
Yeah. Well, no, no, there's no railing here.
Okay.
There may be railing there. This is a freaking wall.
Oh, that's right. That's a wall.
So I have to have something substantial to set
correct.
the wall on.
That's correct. There has to be a wall here.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get one of my deck boards out and put it here to tie that together. In fact, I'm going to do something really unnecessary, but is definitely all for looks. I'm going to make a clapboard to go on there so that we don't have that space.
Yes, so, well, then it looks just like that one over there.
Yep.
In your pocket or no?
No, I need nails because I think that the screws will probably split that little piece.
Oh, okay. I'll help you.
No, all I need is my hammer.
Okay.
Hand me my hammer, bring it.
Tools have a way of walking around on a project.
I hate that they put these things on here.
I know they're a pain, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And they're such
Well, and they put
litter.
them on both ends now, so it's like you're not even. It's just. pain in the ass. One more piece of pollution we don't need.
Right, exactly.
Yay, filling up our landfills. One piece of tag at a time.
Yeah, and they're plastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I know we got the hard plastic. They're not cheap plastic. Yes, that my finger is too close to that. You guys act like you know me or something. Okay, so should be very close to just about perfect. Okay, so of course, the end of it goes to the center of the board.
Right.
But this is going to be even on this end, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm probably going to change over to from my miter saw, because when I have the boys, this is going to sound like really bad slave labor. When I have the boys with me, whether it's Zeb or Lucas and Dylan, I use them as a table for my miter saw to
Right.
hold the boards up. But when they're not here by myself, I have to go back to using my skill saw. Okay, using a square on these is hard because the fucking edge is rounded. So it's kind of a guesstimation thing, which is why I'd rather use the miter saw.
Right.
But they all abandoned me in my hour of need. Or at least when it was hotter than 2 sticks of shit.
I was really happy that they convicted the shit out of Trump. Now let's see if they actually do anything to him. And let's all pray once more that he's not our president.
Amen.
All right. And I keep all of this because it is pressure treated wood. And it's not good to burn it or to put it in landfills or anything like that. But it's really good for when you have to stack something where it doesn't show and you don't want it to rot.
Yep.
You can make a pillow out of it. You need to put something up on blocks for a minute. You know, you're stacking wood or stacking something. It's perfect for that.
In case you don't think they give you that thing is warped.
Oh yeah, like a motherfucker. And that was with me sitting there bitching about what they did to me last time and don't do it again.
And they did.
Oh, well, it's like I'm helping them freaking pick, and they're like, well, this is all we have. Whatever. Whatever, asshats. These also were nails I got in that nail sale at the railroad damage place. Okay, so see, that's going to loop over right there. It's going to look good.
Yes, it's
Okay,
going to look really
so
good.
I want this even with the outside. The 2x4 go all the way to the edge. I mean the frame, the 2x4 frame. So I want this to go all the way to the edge. I'm using nails right now because they're a lot cheaper than those freaking screws.
Well, and
I had to buy a box of deck screws. Okay, so see what she was talking about, how warped this freaking board is? So watch what I'm going to do. Push it like that.
put it like that. And see how far off it is at the end.
And it is. Put a bunch of nails down here where it's screwed. You see, sometimes this works, sometimes it does not work. I will be using screws in the deck boards, but I'm also going to be using these nails because I have boxes and boxes of them. And like I said, I went and bought a box of deck screws today. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to pull over on this. And as you can see, I can get it even by doing that. So I can actually bend it now. If you leave this out in the sun,
Yes.
even if you press it so it doesn't warp the other way, you will not be able to push it back into shade. You have to more or less use these as soon as you bring them home,
Right.
or they twist up like a freaking corkscrew. And as you can see, they don't start out even
Nope.
or level. Okay, and I just wanted to do that one because I wanted to show you what this is going to look like, because it's pretty fantabulous when you think about it.
Yes, it is.
It's all tucked in.
Looking good.
But I'm actually going to start my deck over there because I've got, if you can see it, go down there and shoot back this way. And you can see that second one has a 2-inch wall.
Yes, I know. It's taller. I noticed that.
A lot taller.
It's a lot taller. See,
I'm going
that's
to have to try to pull that down with the deck board.
that's crazy. Yeah, and these are supposed to be good wood. Yeah.
You
Anyway.
probably need to go get home.
Yeah.